Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, I could confirm there is a Valentine's style fusion champion dropping in game. There's a whole bunch of stuff kind of coming out as we go. So I'm going to show you the champion. I'm going to show you his skill set. And there's also some kind of cheeky news about his love interest. So let's get into it. So I've had people sending me this image. It's like, what's going on with the fusion? KARATO FOXHUNTER is in the game. I don't have this image in my game yet. I guess maybe I'm playing on Player in Play and it's not been updated, or it's just like a lag thing or whatever. But currently I don't have it. But it looks like there's 4 of the same epic which are fusible into this legendary champion. I'm going to get into his full kit and stuff like that in a second. But what this means is, if this is accurate, and I've asked a question, I've not got an answer yet. If it's accurate, it means we're going to need one type of ascension pot specifically. And that's harder to prep for. I mean, you need to go and really, because we don't know the affinity of this champion yet, and I guess maybe we will a bit later on today, who knows, it's going to mean that we're going to need to kind of farm up a bunch of potions or just save our energy for something else. So this is unusual. What happens with these fusions is there's 4 rares that go into that go into each epic, and then all of those 4 epics go into the legendary champion. So if this epic is decent, then, you know, there's a chance that you might want to keep hold of one of these anyway. We will see. But let's get into KARATO FOXHUNTER's kits. Raid have done a fancy graphic for us this time. I love this, by the way. So before we get into the official kit, I'm going to read through what Raid say about this champion, and then we'll go through his kit and we'll see if we agree. So what's going on? Hey folks, this month we're planning to launch a fusion event of a new champion, KARATO FOXHUNTER. The exact date will be announced shortly. Apparently there's something around the update needing to be authorized by, it's either iOS or Android, but there's a little bit of a delay from what they'd like to do. So we should get a date later on today in terms of when this is going live. It's a Shadowkin champion, legendary, attack-based spirit affinity. And this is what they've got to say. KARATO is a great damage dealer with an emphasis on control skills. The A2 allows a stun debuff to be placed on a single target. The A3 keeps the enemies from using active skills. Another useful feature is their passive that prevents the damage inflicted by KARATO being decreased by enemy passive skills or masteries. That's actually ridiculously massive. That's huge. Keep in mind that it also prevents the damage from being increased by ally passive skills or masteries. Interesting. Having a synergy with another champion, Yumenko, grants KARATO an extra turn on A2 and eliminates the need for accuracy on A3. We'll get to that in a second. Also, it helps boost Yumenko's skills in return. KARATO FOXHUNTER will be of great use in Arena, especially paired with Yumeko, who we don't know about just yet. So let's get into the graphic that Raid have pulled together. Good job. Good job, player room. This looks nice. This is a really cool way to introduce your new fusion champion. I love it. So let's see. 3 visitations. This is the A1 ability. Triple hits. Each hit has got a chance to place weaken. Probably books to be a better chance. That's pretty nice. Just looking at this dude. I mean, he kind of like, yeah, it looks like a Shadowkin. I like it. I like the visual. Pretty cool. Definitely had a run-in with Brackus, scraped him down the face, or an angry girlfriend, or an excitable girlfriend, depends how it goes. But yeah, looks pretty sweet. So yeah, triple hit A1 with weaken. It's not bad. An A2 attacks 1 enemy, places a stun debuff for 2 turns, grants an extra turn, and resets the cooldown of this skill if this Yumeko is on the same team and this skill kills someone. So I guess this has got to hit hard for that to even be relevant. And Yumeko, again, we don't know who that is yet. It is a Valentine's fusion, so quite often we've had the Rotus and Sifi thing. Quite often they do bring out a pairing, and one of them's normally fusible. So normally the other one, I think back, Sifi was the non-fusible Void Legendary. Are there other examples of that? Let's just have a quick look. I think it was, yeah, there are other examples. There was also Cupidus, although I don't think he was a fusion. I might be wrong. With Venus again. So it looks like they're going Void with non-Void. This dude's a non-Void, so it looks like the Yumeko's probably Void. Suppression Ward attacks all enemies Probably books to 100% chance of placing blocked active steals for 2 turns. This debuff cannot be resisted if Yumeko is on the same team. This is definitely one of those examples of you get the second champion, the kit massively improves. Like massively. To not need accuracy here. Saying that, you need accuracy here. You need accuracy for a stun. So I don't love it when they do this. I like it. If they're going to have an ability that can't be resisted, then it really should run through the whole kit. But I guess you might use him for weaken in other content than arena. This is specifically an arena skill. Block active skills is kind of useless elsewhere in the game. Maybe a bit of Faction Wars, maybe a bit of like Doom Tower waves, but generally this is an arena ability. So if you make her on the same team, an AoE, don't know if it hits hard or not, but an AoE block active steals, it's pretty cool. And then when it's passive then, so this is interesting. Damage inflicted by this champion cannot be decreased by enemy passive skills. Now you're probably thinking, what do they mean by that? Duchess, yeah? If you AoE against Duchess, a passive is really strong at blocking out that damage. You've got someone like, I don't know if Rotus would count. Rotus's passive means that he cuts in if he loses half health. Does that count? It just says about damage increasing and decreasing, so maybe that doesn't count. But yeah, there are a number of champions which reduce the damage that you bring to them by their passives and through masteries. Now, the weird thing here is it says damage inflicted by this champion cannot be increased by allied passives or masteries. Now, does that mean that masteries are kind of useless on him? Because most masteries you would put on a damage dealer, let's pick one out quick. Most masteries that you would put enhance your damage. So things like Heart of Glory gives you 5% more damage. Things like Single Out, more damage if they're low health. Bring It Down, more damage if they've got higher health than you. Ruthless Ambush, more damage on your first hit. So I'm guessing none of those have an impact. I would think that Helm Smasher would still work because it's not increasing your damage output. It's just ignoring some defense. So that feels like that should still work. Things like Flawless Execution should still work because it's increasing a stat rather than flat increasing your damage, even though that stat does increase your damage. So it's going to be interesting playing around with him. I will get him on the test server and I will do some testing live on stream tomorrow night if you want to kind of see what he's all about. But yeah, that's an interesting passive which will need a little bit of playtesting to understand better. Whenever Yumeko dies, instantly grants a turn to this champion and resets the cooldown of each of this champion's skills. Damn, that pairing sounds like super awesome, honestly. It sounds like that pairing could be really cool. And then he's got a crit rate in all battles aura. So this is one of those champions. Obviously, we don't need to test his damage. He feels like he's an arena-focused champion. Could he do work outside of the arena? AoE ability, I would almost ignore this for most outside of arena stuff. Weaken, okay. He's not really, for me, a great outside of the arena looking champion. But in the arena, I think he will be pretty damn sweet. As long as he hits for a decent kind of whack. But he's probably one of those champions that you should pick up in case you get Yumeko along the line. Because then he becomes pretty strong, I would think. So as I say, I'm going to be testing him on the test server tomorrow night. Come and get involved. Come and take a look. But what do you think? Comments down below. KARATO FOXHUNTER. Is he someone you are interested in or not? I've been Hell Hades. I will see you later.